Hi there. So in this video we are going to take a look at function with parameters in VB.NET. So first thing, open Visual Studio and in VB.NET create console project. Now you will get blank project such as this. Now here inside your module 1 I want you to create two global variables. Let's name them x as integer, set its value to 5, then create another variable y as integer, set its value to 6. Now inside main subroutine I want you to basically call one function, but to call that we'll have to first create it. So we will create one function outside this main subroutine. So let's start with function keyword, then use a name for your function. Okay, now before we go with these two variables, I want you to add one more variable. Let's name it result as integer. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's just do the addition of these two and return it as result. Okay, so let's go back to our function, and inside this function I want to use by value keyword. Let's say I want to use k as that variable and use it as integer, then by val z as another integer variable, and this function will return integer value. Okay, so use return keyword and do the addition of k and z. So k and z. Okay, now when we use our result variable and then call our addition function, we will pass x and y as our variables. So each of these variables simply hold 5 and 6 value. So the addition will be done inside this function with k allocated to this x and z allocated to this y. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Result equals to, let's call for addition function and then use x and y. Okay, now here console dot write line, and here we will simply use this result. Now you can also directly call your addition function. Okay, so after that let's just whole console dot read. Okay, so let me just use that as an option, console dot write, and here I'm gonna call x and y. Okay, so we'll take a look at both this option, one with result that we just called for the addition value, and also directly calling this function with xy. Both will work, but we will take a look at each one of them one by one. Okay, so let's just start the program. And here, as you can see, it outputs 11. So the flow becomes with 5 and 6 sent to our function, and then result variable will hold that 11 value, and our console.read will pass the output. Okay, now as you can see, we passed x and y value, and k plus z will return addition of those. Okay, we can also now just comment this part out. Okay, let me just exit from this. Now let's just comment this out and remove comment from this. Okay, now let me run this again to show you how the output remains the same. Okay, so you can either call another variable that holds this function value or simply call this function directly. Okay, either one of that option works. So this was a small video on function with parameters in VB.NET.